Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Here I will discuss the descriptive study of organ 2, namely the dermis or skin, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx in the practicum of the animal tissue structure course. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Salma Liliana Putri with the last study number 007 from the Biology Education Study Program. So next, let me explain further about what the skin, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx are. Observing the structure of animal tissue microscopically, namely organ 2, skin, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx. The skin is the large organ in the human body and functions as the main protector from various external influence. The pancreas is an organ in the digestive system that has two main functions. First is producing digestive enzyme in exocrine function and producing several hormones in endocrine function. And the trachea is a tube that connects the voice box to the bronchi in the lungs. The pharynx or throat is a muscular tube in the middle of your neck. It helps you to breathe and digest food. So friends, in the second organ practicum, the structure of animal tissue has the following objective. First is to identify what the parts of organ 2 are, skin, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx. And second, to find out what the characteristic and function of the skin organs, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx are. And last, to find out special things found in the skin, pancreas, trachea, and pharynx. In this animal tissue structure practicum, we, students of biology education and biology study programs, use the following methods. Is research using descriptive qualitative methods. First method is taking permanent preparation or preserved samples that have been provided by the laboratory assistant. And second method is microscope observation by connecting to a computer that has the multi-net application. And third method is analyze what has been observed and record the result of observation. And the last method is make a temporary report including simple drawings and section for assessing. Data analysis is done by data reduction, visual presentation of data, and a conclusion drawing. Well, I will explain the result of each organ further. Let's listen carefully. And first is skin. Part of skin is keratin, epidermis, epithelium, squamosum simplex, dermis, sebaceous glands, sudoriferous glands, fatty tissue, and skeletal muscle. Characteristic feature of skin is consists of three layers, namely epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. In the epidermis, there is epithelium squamosum simplex with keratin. Function of skin is protects the body from UV exposure, produces natural vitamin D, and becomes the sense of touch. Special characteristic of skin is there are erectopili muscle which function to strengthen the hair, and there are sebaceous glands and sudoriferous glands which produce sweat and oil. Number 2 is pancreas. Part of pancreas is pancreatic acinus, Langerhans island, intercalary ductus, interlobular ductus, alpha cell, beta cell, delta cell, and F cell. Characteristic feature of pancreas is mixed glands, endocrine and exocrine. Endocrine glands are found in the islet of Langerhans, which also contain alpha cell, beta cell, delta cell, and F cell. There are exocrine glands in the pancreatic acinus. Function of pancreas is endocrine glands function to produce or manufacture insulin hormone in beta cell, glucagon hormone in alpha cell, somatostatin hormone in delta cell, and pancreatic polypeptide in F cell. Exocrine glands function to produce digestive enzyme. And special characteristic of pancreas is there are intercalary ductus and interlobular ductus to channel digestive enzyme from the pancreatic acinus, which are the channel to the intestine through these two ductus. Number 3 is trachea. Part of trachea is ceremucosmis. glands, sedated simple columnar epithelium, lamina propria, submucosal glands, yielding cartilage, and perichondrium. Characteristic feature of trachea is there are three layers in the trachea, namely the tunica mucosa and serosa, the tunica cartilaginea, and tunica adventitia. And there are seromucous glands, which are a combination of mucous glands and serous glands. And function of trachea is mucous glands produce thick mucus to filter or catch dust, interference from outside, and serous glands produce thinner fluid containing enzyme to protect the mucus. Special characteristic of trachea is at the base of the trachea there is an epiglottis which causes when humans swallow food so that it does not enter the trachea. And there are cilia which function to filter dirty air, dust, and foreign objects that enter when breathing. And the last is pharynx. Part of pharynx is epithelium squamosum simplex, lamina propria, fat tissue, circular skeletal muscle, longitudinal skeletal muscle, mucosal tissue, and submucosal tissue. Characteristic feature of pharynx is has three layers, namely mucosa, submucosa, and muscle tissue, and divided into three main parts, namely nasopharynx, oropharynx, and hypopharynx. Function of pharynx is pump for food and air to reach the stomach and lungs, connects to mouth to the nasal cavity, and acts as a filter regulating the humidity of the incoming air. Special characteristic of pharynx is circular skeletal muscle to push food, longitudinal skeletal muscle to help lift food when swallowing. So, from this discussion, I can conclude that each organ has glands whose function is to adapt to each organ. Namely, the skin has sudoriferous and sebaceous glands, the pancreas has endocrine and exocrine glands, in the trachea there are mixed seromucous glands, serous and mucosa glands, in the pharynx there are mucous and submucosal glands. There is epithelium squamosum complex in the pharyngeal organs and skin, but the skin is keratinized, and the epithelium columnar simplex is ciliated in the trachea. Every organ plays an important role in our body metabolism. Well, my presentation is finished. I hope this explanation is useful. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.